job.
Yeah, just one question I asked earlier, I didn't get an answer. Maybe people don't have the answer, but to the CCMA, because the government can't give me the answer, is how many people, do you have any idea, or is there anywhere we can get the figures on how many people are being taken off the list each year because they're breaching the income thresholds? I would just like to know those facts. If I understand you correctly, Frank, you were saying 47,600 new social housing units by 2026, about half of those, I think, from the local authorities. So that would work out about 5,400 units per year by the local authorities to 2026. Last year, direct billed by local authorities was 1,343. So that means the local authorities will have to more than treble their output. Is that likely to happen, do you think? And what has been the problem with local authority output? And I know, by the way, Frank, this is before your time in Dún Laoghaire, right? But I was stunned to find out that last year in Dún Laoghaire Rathdown there was no directly provided council houses, zero. Most of them were AHBs, and most of that, from what I can see, was either arrangements with, you know, I don't know what you call them, but arrangements you'd obviously made with builders, or Part 5s. That's what we seem to be getting. And I know you're new in Dún Laoghaire, Frank, so I'm not just pointing fingers, but have you any idea what was the problem there? What's the difference? And then secondly, just on affordable housing, can I ask, and this is a kind of, well, I'd be interested in everybody's opinion, but in Dún Laoghaire, because of house prices, I just don't see how any of the affordable housing is going to work. Do you know what I mean? I don't see how it's going to be affordable. So I'd be interested if Frank has any take on that. Again, I'm very much aware that he's new into Dún Laoghaire, he's just come in. But as far as I know, we still don't know what affordable means in Cherrywood. What we're getting for the Lehigh funding, how many affordable units, and what the price will be. And now, unless there is new information available on Shangana as well for the affordable purchase units, do we know how much they're going to cost? Because they are essentially a discount on the market, and the market is so off the scale in South Dublin, how are they going to be affordable? Will they be genuinely affordable for working people who aren't eligible for social housing, but whose income simply wouldn't go anywhere close to being able to purchase even at a discounted rate on the market in areas like Dún Laoghaire and South Dublin?
Just in relation to delivery in Dún Laoghaire, last year the figure was 319 in total, 221 in terms of build, 98 in lease. It was 92 in 2020, 85 build and 7 in lease. But
that was mostly AHB, Frank, wasn't it?
It was a combination of AHB, advance purchase, etc. Yeah, but when we say build, we combine the delivery from the local authority and the AHB. So it's been significant down through the years. I'll just go back 2019, 246. 2018, 238, consistent 2017, 257. A lot of those would have been direct build. And when we started getting back into social housing in 2015, 2016, Dún Laoghaire had, and as I say, it's before my time, but Dún Laoghaire had a lot of schemes in place, plans drawn up, and we were able to use the contractor framework. And we're first out of blocks, actually, in a lot of cases, in terms of direct build. And that will continue. Like, we've set out a target of 2,000 in total now, and you'll see this in the Housing Delivery Action Plan, in terms of what's going to happen over the next 5 years. That's about 400 per year. We've set out right throughout the county exactly where those units will be delivered, where they'll be delivered, how they'll be delivered by AHBs and by ourselves and by the LDA. So that programme, funny enough, when we look at our programme for social and affordable over the next 5 years, we have sight of the social housing that we've set out in the target and that we've agreed with the department. We're working very hard on the affordable. So I mentioned earlier what's happening with the LDA in terms of Shangana and Central Mental Hospital. We have our own schemes coming on in terms of Ballyogan and Stillorgan and Sandyford, and that's schemes that are coming through there in terms of affordable. And you mentioned Cherrywood also. So the I agree with you. The market is very buoyant, particularly in Dún Laoghaire. There's no question about that. So there will be affordable units that will come through advance purchase. Now, people will have to pay a significant amount of money, but there's still a 100,000 euro subsidy from the Affordable Housing Fund. So that would bring people into the affordable category. What brings more people in is where you develop on greenfield sites, the likes of what I mentioned there, schemes that we can develop ourselves in Stillorgan, in Ballyogan, in Kiltiernan, in Shangana. So, and that's where the schemes are built specifically for affordable and for mixed tenure. It makes that a lot easier. And what we will have coming through also is Part 5 schemes. So you have the social 10% Part 5. You will have Part 5 coming through now for affordable also. And in areas, where the price is high, and there's no getting away from that, you can always use cost rental as well, because cost rental, local authorities can borrow over, say, 50 years and spread the costs over that period of time. And you may be more effective in terms of assisting people by having those units as cost rental rather than affordable. But there is a very strong pipeline. It will be set out in the delivery action plan. And, we'll be ensuring that we have the staff in place and the resources in place to deliver on it. Thank you, Chair.